everyone, it's Ziya and welcome back to my channel. I started off this channel wanting to talk a lot about body positivity and just, inspire people to love themselves more and all of that. And I feel like I haven't done a good job because I started doing just a bunch of OOTDs, and if you guys have noticed, I haven't been doing those very often because I want to do more than just show you guys what I'm wearing. And I will go back to doing some OOTDs if you guys really want to see those, because I wear clothes every day, might as well show it to you, right? Anyway, this video is not about OOTDs. This video is about body confidence. Today I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to become more body positive or more confident in yourself. And I did make a little list here. It's literally just chicken scratch stuff. Hopefully I can make sense of it. I should have done that earlier. One of the most important things when you're trying to become body confident or continue being body confident is to avoid people who bring negativity into your life and surround yourself with people who are more uplifting. Maybe other people who are also trying to be more confident and be more positive. That way you guys can kind of lift each other up and help each other be more confident and be happier, because misery loves company, and when you're around miserable people, they're just going to make you feel the same way. And try to stay away from that, because I've noticed that ever since I've been out of that kind of environment, I'm generally a much happier person. I went through pretty serious depression from a young age. Taking myself out of that environment and putting myself into a new one really changed how I thought about myself. And for a long time it was still really negative. It took me a long time to heal and make myself better. So the sooner you can get away from negative people, negative situations, the faster you're going to start feeling better about yourself. So that was like 2 of my points. Find people who need your support and people who support you. That was included in the last one because I was rambling. Sticky notes. Sticky notes are so good. I say this all the time. On my door over there, I used to have a bunch of sticky notes that Ernie actually put up, and he wrote, a bunch of things that were just really nice stuff, like you're beautiful, you don't need makeup, your weight's perfect, your body's perfect, all of that. Eventually I started to believe it. Even if you don't believe all of that kind of stuff right now, write it down. Your mind is eventually going to start really believing in that. Write some stuff down on sticky notes, put it on the mirror, on your dresser, in the bathroom. Just put it in a place where you know you're going to see it every day, because that will really help you. And sometimes it also helps to eventually start saying it to yourself in the mirror. Like when you look at yourself in the face and start saying these kinds of things, it changes so much. Like it does something in your brain, because saying things is one thing, but when you're looking at yourself and talking to yourself and saying it, it makes you believe it even more, and it breaks down those walls that you already have, because we all have them, and you start to really believe it. I had a friend that went to the school counselor when I was much younger. She was given a list of things to say to herself every morning in the mirror, and I saw another one of my friends trying to do the same thing one day, and she just couldn't. She started crying, and I had always thought that this girl was the most confident of people, and she started crying when she started trying to say these things to herself in the mirror. And it shows that sometimes the most confident people aren't actually confident. They have really big insecurities, and she did, and it didn't make me think any different of her. She was still beautiful, she was still smart and strong, but that was one area that she could have improved on, and I hope she has, because I want the best for her. Just crossing things off of my list. So sticky notes. Write stuff down, look at them every day. Eventually, when you feel more comfortable, start saying it to yourself every day. It's going to make such a huge difference in your confidence. Speaking of seeing everything every day, we all have phones, we have our lock screens, and mine is the Disney Castle. But our phones is something that we look at every single day, multiple times a day. Instead of having a random picture, find a quote that you really love that embodies what you want to feel about yourself and make that your phone background, because you're going to be seeing it all the time, and it's going to eventually help you feel so much better and put you in a much more positive mindset. It really does help. I know it helps. Another thing is focusing on what you like about yourself. That is a huge thing. For example, when I was younger, I really liked my butt. And so it could be something like that. Instead of focusing on your stomach, maybe you don't like the shape of it, or it's too big, or you have big arms like I do, or anything. Just focus on things that you like. It doesn't even have to be a body part. One thing that you can like about yourself is that you're a nice person, you're generous, you're smart. Just focus on things that you like about yourself, and for the things that you don't like, don't hide them, don't pretend that they don't exist, because that's not a good thing either. Don't make it an obsession to try to fix those things, because there's nothing to fix. You're great just as you are, so don't think that once you fix all of these things, you're going to be better. No, you're great just as you are. Do I make sense? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. Next, don't look at things that are going to trigger you to make you feel bad. Swinging a pencil around. This is very safe. There was, what was it, Dear Fat People? I never watched it. I saw other people's reactions to it, and I was not going to give that girl another view because I didn't believe in what she was saying. Judging by what everybody else said about it, yes, for most things, you should be your own judge. But I can tell that it was a really, really bad thing, and it was extremely rude, so I wasn't going to watch that and make myself feel bad. If there are things like that that come up, don't watch them, don't read them, don't look at them. If you're on Instagram and people post rude things, or if you're on Twitter and people like to Twitter rant about people's bodies or something that affects you in some way, just unfollow them, block them, stay away from all that kind of negativity online. The internet is great, but it can also be a very scary place, along with not looking at things that make you feel upset or can trigger you to feel negatively about you. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to what other people look like, because you're perfect as you. You're never gonna look like that other person. That other person probably doesn't even look like that person, because you know what? There's a lot of photoshopping, there's face tuning, there's filters, there's everything. You think I look exactly like I do on Instagram? I don't always look that way. I put filters on, it makes my skin look 100 times better, just so that you're enough. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to become like anybody else other than yourself, because you're great just as you are. You're enough. You're worthy, you're beautiful, all of that good stuff, okay? And lastly, just remember that life is too short to be unhappy. Life is too short to worry about what you look like. Yes, we all want to look good, we all want to look our best, and that's great, but don't spend it wishing that you didn't look the way that you do, because you're perfect. I don't care what kind of nose you got, what skin color you have, what kind of skin texture you have, it doesn't matter. You're a person. As long as you're a good person, you're perfect. I hope that this helped. Once again, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.